And hello. So, how would you feel if you had Facebook content? You did a live and it turned out just absolutely awesome. People loved it, they were engaged, and they came back for more. So, I'm going to talk about a method to do that today. So, please stay tuned. So, and if you're joining me live, please say hello. Tell me where you're coming from. Love to shout out to you if you're on the replay too. And if we haven't met before, my name is Dodd, and I'm here to inspire, encourage, motivate whatever I can so that you can bring your business online and use the power of social media to leverage your business. So we want to do Facebook Lives, right? And because that's how we put ourselves out there, how people get to know us. And we come up with this content and we have wonderful ideas, but sometimes how we deliver it, we're not totally enthused about it. So how can we step that up? How can we deliver content that's really, really good and engaging and powerful? So I know this happens to me. I look over my lives and I go, oh no, it wasn't how I wanted to deliver it. I had such a great idea in my mind, but the way I delivered it just wasn't what I had in mind. Anybody ever feel that way? Let me know, because it does happen. So, and then when it doesn't happen, what happens to your business? If you don't feel that you're doing what you really want it to do, then you start to procrastinate. You think, okay, I don't want to do that. And you start to feel stuck and you have no flow, no confidence, and there's the clarity around it. So you lose that momentum. But we need to keep doing these lives to, set ourselves apart. So I have some tips for you on how to make yourself unique in your Facebook Lives. And this comes from a mentor that I've been following, and she took it from Kate Mache. So I want to, give some credit to her. So first of all, we want to think about where our content comes from. And it can come from so many things. It doesn't have to be all factual. It can come from our life, blogs from other people, other mentors, other people in the same industry, articles, Google, YouTube. Maybe it's even music or meditation, some stories, and just life in itself. So this is how to bring part of your own life into your Facebook Lives. And I'm going to tell you a little bit of my own story after I give you some of these tips. So first of all, we want to have those headlines on top, right? That's the first attention grabber. And headlines are a huge thing. And I have some, it can be a whole topic in itself and a whole live. And so I work hard on this, and sometimes it's quick and sometimes it's more thoughtful, but headlines are really important because that's what will stop people and get them to actually listen, because they scroll through their news feed and what makes them stop. And then the next important thing, of course, is to ask questions. So how many people feel this way, or let me know your thoughts about this. So first of all, then we need the idea, that inspiration. Like I said, it can come from life or any kind of situation, and I have a story for you and something that resonates with you. And usually there's an aha moment where something happens and you think, oh wow, I've learned a lesson from this. And then you can turn that around and turn it into your business. So then think of the story that inspires you, and then tell that story. What was that moment? And be very specific in that moment, that turning point, because that's the key, is that turning point and the details in that. And so bring people into that moment. And so that's the third point, is that significant impact. And so where did you feel that? Maybe there was some sensation in your body, and that's where your audience will really truly connect with you. Pay attention to those feelings in that moment. How does it make you feel? And then that will draw people in. And then from there, there's that lesson, right? What can we take away from that? And how can we apply that to our business? So transition the personal story to a lesson and then the takeaway for the business. So it's not just, regurgitating the facts of the story and a timeline, but that emotion and that moment, bring us into that. And then quite often at the end, there'll be a call to action, maybe pass on the takeaway from this to whoever can benefit from it. And know that call to action, before you go live. And remembering that, the facts tell and the stories sell. So you want people to connect with that story and they will remember the lesson because of the story. So for example, going shopping, we have a big box store here called Costco, and it has a lot of regular type of items, but it also has a lot of specialty things or seasonal things that come in. And you have, if you are interested in it and if you want it, then you have to get it right then and there, because it may not be back there next week because it'll be sold out and they just brought it in for that one-time sale. So on a trip to this, with a friend, you get a big cart and you go through and everything looks wonderful, right? You think, oh, and prices are very reasonable. So you put all these things in your shopping cart. And then at the end, you get to, just before the till and you go, oh my gosh, and you start to look at what you have. And then it's that moment of decision. You think, okay, do I really need this? And this is so important. And thankfully, you have a friend there to help you with this because, do you really need this? Hi, Edith. Great to see you. Thank you for joining me. Haven't connected with you on a live for a long time. Thank you. And so it's that moment, right? You're just before the checkout, or you're actually, at the checkout, and you see that the total and you go, oh my gosh. And you just have that sinking feeling thinking, no, this is not in my budget for this month. I can't do this. So you have to take things out. And so that's that moment, that transition. You go, no, I have other things that are more important. And it's, we want, to be we're often impatient and we want to just, keep going. And it's really hard to put that back because you can't get it again. But transitioning that to business, in our business, we have ups and downs, and there's plenty of pitfalls, challenges, failures, and, slide back and go forward. And we get impatient there too. We want to, move forward. We want everything right now. But sometimes we have to trust the process and just stick to the plan. And so that's it, sticking to your budget or sticking to the plan of, I have a roadmap and I know that I have to go forward with this one roadmap before I go on to other shiny objects. There's all kinds of different shiny objects out there that, are tempting, thinking, okay, well, this is going to really help me, but sticking to the plan is more important because I'm on this road and it's important to stay on this road and see it through before I go off and do other things. So that's the transition into the business side of things from the story. And so the lesson here is we get stuck and we get impatient and we want results right now, but knowing or having a plan in the first place is really important, and being dedicated to that plan and sticking to it and seeing it through, and then we will get to our goal. So that is the message. And if you want to know more about a plan on how to bring your business online, then I have information for you. So that's my call to action, and just reach out and I would be happy to give you more information. So that's it for me today. And so I will see you again on Friday in a couple of days. And until then, I hope you have a wonderful day, whatever part of the day it is for you, and take care. And thank you for joining me. Wonderful to see you. Thank you. And bye for now.